Here we're going to be logging in as the surplus property department, and we can either log in using our email address and password, or we can log in through the LDAP system if that's required from your IT department. So I'm going to use this temporary login just here, and you can actually belong to more than one department, and you can do work for more than one department. And this is also the case with departments. They may have somebody who's responsible for surplus in several sub-departments, for example, and they can choose which one to log in as to do the work. So we're going to be logging in as the surplus property department. We'll click on continue. And when we come in each morning, we'll see a list of the items that have been approved for disposal pickup. We might see that something was reserved and so on and so forth. So we get little prompts here of things that need to be done. And the idea of this is simply just to keep the workflow going. So if we wanted to get rid of some of these are 922, for example, these four here. Let's say we'd completed those, then the next time we logged in, we wouldn't see those in the list. The 922s have gone, as you can see. The first thing you're generally going to do is come to the scheduling for pickups and deliveries, because here you will see all of the items that have been approved by departments for pickup, or in fact, self-delivery, of course, you would see separately, but these are for actual pickups. So you'll notice there's a D here in this little column on the left, and that means it's a delivery, and you'll see it's in a slightly different color. And the deliveries are items that have been acquired by departments from you and that you're going to deliver to them. And then the P here stands for pickup. So you can see very clearly which ones are which. You can also filter here, and one of the things you can do is you can assign departments to zones. So let's say that we filter on zone 3, we'll find that not only do we have a delivery in zone 3, but we have a pickup in zone 3. And of course, there'd be a lot more records on here. If we go to zone 2, for example, then we can see all of the records to zone 2. And these are very simple assignments. You simply assign the department address to a zone in the admin section. And so imagine your campus is a big square. In the top left-hand corner, there's 3 or 4 buildings together. You might assign those to zone 1, for example. And then anything that was to be picked up in zone 1, when the truck goes over there, they can go to those contiguous or proximal buildings and pick up everything. So it's just a way of making the pickup process more efficient. So we'll unfilter this now, and you can also filter by the order, or you could actually sort by the department. You can see by clicking on the column header, you can sort in one direction or another. And the other thing that you can do here is that if you needed more details, you can do this little pop-up, and you've got the information on the contact person here. You've got some more information on the items in that disposal request, and some surplus departments like to call to confirm that somebody's going to be there. And if that's the case, then we're going to go in the morning in this case, and we can say apply that to all of the other items in this disposal request. And you'll see they get a little green check mark. It's just to indicate that those ones you've confirmed that those ones are going to be picked up. You can also expand the rows here just to see a little bit more detail as well for the contact person and so on, and the location. So what we're going to do, and just by the way, there is a manifest here that has not yet been received into inventory, but it's been locked. You see the little key there indicates that it's been locked, and you can see this one has been created. So we can't add anything to this because it's complete. It's been locked. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new one, and we're going to select the truck. We'll do the little truck, for example, and we'll select the driver, and we'll click on the save icon. And you can do as many of these as you need in any one day, but also you can create them for next week or the week following and so on. And the idea here is that you would fill up a truck in a particular for a particular pickup, and then you'd start working on another day with another truck, or the same truck for another day, and so on. So what we're going to do is we're going to, having created our manifest, we're going to add these items to it. And again, we can filter if we need to, if we want to add some more. And let's just, for example, add these 2 guys here as well, just for good measure. And then we can click Assign to Manifest, and you'll see they disappear from the top section and they appear in the bottom section. And you can continue to do this for each date that you're generating a manifest until you're ready to go. Now, the confirm manifest will lock the manifest as that previous one that I showed you was. And so the idea is to do the confirm manifest just before the drivers are about to leave. And so we'll go ahead and do that here now. And it's going to say confirm manifest cannot be changed. You wish to continue, we say yes. And now we can print out the manifest. And the manifest will have the deliveries always at the beginning, because you probably want to do the deliveries to get the truck empty. And as you deliver to, and it shows you where to go, shows you the building name and number and so on, and the contact person, it's advisable, and you should almost make it a requirement that they sign that they've accepted that property from you. And similarly on the pickups, you'll see that these are various disposal requests. They happen to be on the same one, and actually they all happen to be from the same department. But you may have several departments on one of these at any one time. And so it has the building, it has the room, it has the address, of course, and the contact person, and what the items are, and it has the quantity of the items. And so again, once you pick those up, it's advisable to have the department sign, because that way you've got an audit trail knowing that you've picked up exactly what they've asked you to pick up. And you'll notice there's barcodes here, and these barcodes actually are the manifest number. If I go up to the top, sorry, scrolling badly, manifest number 96, and then the line number. And those barcodes can be scanned with a scanner device and an application that we use for receiving. So it makes it very convenient for you to receive and make decisions about items while you're actually looking at the item. So that's the manifest. And in the old days, we would also print pickup labels that would be affixed to the items, but nobody does that. So that's why we put the barcode on the manifest. So setting up the manifest is a very straightforward process. And then there's another video that will show you how we do receiving into inventory.